Stoic cure for emptiness. How to live with purpose again. The hollow pause. Have you ever just stopped? Not because you're tired, not because you're lazy, but because something inside you feels hollow. You wake up, you do what you're supposed to. You show up, smile, answer emails, say, I'm fine. But deep down, something's missing. It's not sadness, it's not anger. It's just a quiet voice whispering, what's the point? That ache, that emptiness. It's older than we think. The Stoics felt it too. Not in theory, but in their bones. And their answer wasn't to escape, but to go deeper. Even the strongest felt this. Marcus Aurelius, emperor of Rome, ruled millions. And yet he admitted in his journal, at dawn when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I am rising to do the work of a human being. He ruled the world and still struggled to get up in the morning. He questioned his purpose. He wrestled with doubt. He buried his children. He led armies into wars, not just on the battlefield, but inside himself. Meaninglessness isn't new. It isn't a modern disease caused by screens and shallow culture. It's a human condition, a shadow that has followed us for centuries. And the Stoics didn't deny it. They faced it head on. Why life feels empty. The world today moves fast. Likes, notifications, endless validation. We are told success means being seen. But here's the trap. We tie meaning to things outside us. Money, approval, status, relationships. And when those fade, as they always do, we're left with silence. We're left with the mirror. We're left with the hollow. Seneca warned us, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. He didn't mean wasting time on small habits. He meant wasting life chasing what is never ours to control. The Stoics taught, if your meaning comes from the outside, it will be stolen. But if it comes from within, no one can ever take it. What is meaning? The Stoic answer. So what is meaning? To the Stoics, it wasn't a single purpose you discover in some grand revelation. It wasn't a treasure buried in the world waiting to be found. It was a direction, a way of living. Epictetus wrote, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Meaning is not something you find, it's something you practice. Every day, every action. Not through grand gestures, but through small, consistent choices. Holding your temper when anger rises, finishing a task when no one is watching, speaking truth when lies would be easier, showing kindness when the world expects indifference. That is virtue. And for the Stoics, virtue was meaning. Meaning wasn't hidden in the stars, it was in your response to life, in your ability to live aligned with wisdom, justice, courage, and self-control. Don't escape it, use it. Most people run from emptiness. They drown it in noise, new jobs, new addictions, new people. But the Stoics turned toward it. When Marcus Aurelius felt meaningless, he didn't numb himself with distractions. He wrote, he reflected, he stripped life down to its essence. He asked, what is within my control? What kind of man do I want to be? Because when the world goes dark, that's when your character shines brightest. Your emptiness is not proof you failed. It's proof you're ready to begin again with intention. 3 Stoic practices for a meaningful life. First, premeditatio malorum. Visualize difficulty. Each morning, imagine what could go wrong. Not to be pessimistic, but to prepare. Imagine being ignored. Imagine losing what you love. Imagine being misunderstood. Why? Because meaning isn't built on perfect days. It's revealed in how you meet the imperfect ones. When you expect life to test you, you stop being shocked by it. 2. Daily journaling. Marcus Aurelius journaled every day, not for an audience, not for legacy, but for himself. In his journal, he questioned, he corrected himself. He reminded himself of truths he already knew, but kept forgetting. Journaling isn't about writing something profound. It's about grounding yourself, about asking, what did I feel today? What did I control? Where did I lose myself? This habit turns confusion into clarity. It turns chaos into direction. 3. Live according to nature. To the Stoics, nature wasn't about trees or rivers. It was about living as a rational, moral being. Meaning isn't about achieving greatness in the eyes of the world. It's about fulfilling your role as a human being, to think clearly, to act justly, to speak truth, to endure hardship. That's it. Marcus Aurelius said it simply. If you seek tranquility, do less, or do what's essential. Meaning isn't hidden in endless ambitions. It's found in what is essential, in showing up as a human each day. Additional Stoic keys to meaning. Practice service. The Stoics believe we are not islands. We are part of a greater whole, a community, a world, a cosmos. Seneca wrote, "No one can live happily who has regard to himself alone. You must live for your neighbor if you would live for yourself." When life feels meaningless, serve. Help someone in need. Offer kindness where it isn't expected. In giving, you rediscover your humanity. Embrace mortality. The Stoics constantly reminded themselves of death, not to depress, but to awaken. MementoMori. Remember, you must die. Why? Because when you remember life is fragile, you stop wasting it. Suddenly, small moments matter. A meal shared, a sunrise seen, a laugh with a friend. Death is the sharpest reminder that meaning cannot be delayed. It must be lived now. When life feels meaningless, don't run. Don't drown it out with noise. Don't wait for rescues. Sit in it. Breathe through it. And then choose. Not what the world expects. Not what your fears demand. But what your reason and your values tell you. Because the Stoics knew meaning is not out there. It's not in applause or approval. It's not in the perfect life. It's in the moment you whisper to yourself, "I don't know what tomorrow holds, but today I will rise. I will show up with courage, with character, with clarity." That is all the meaning you need. Closing reflection. If this message found you at the right time, pause, take a deep breath, reflect. Maybe even write down one thing in your life you're grateful for and one thing you can control today. And if this resonated, if you're seeking more strength and wisdom, like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for daily Stoic guidance. Because peace isn't an accident, it isn't given, it's practiced every single day.